Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Living the Life this evening with the returning Atif Nawaz.
And a returning Basit Khan. How's it going, man?
It's been good.
Yeah,
welcome
back. Welcome back to
Summer
both of us.
holidays, we've been away.
We're back now.
Yeah.
It's September. It feels like August, but it's September.
It's great weather though, isn't it?
Oh, it's hot. I don't know if it's great, but it's hot. At least we had some rain. Anyway, welcome everybody to tonight's show. We hope you've enjoyed the week so far with us here on LTL. And we've got some great guests and stories coming up to take you through to the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned.
We always have great stories. You know
Always,
that we do now.
always.
Now, our first guest is a visual storyteller and founder of a creative production house, and we will be showing you some examples of her creations. Can't wait.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I always love a bit of visual storytelling.
absolutely.
Actually, I love storytelling, visual or otherwise. Anyway, our second guest is a student who discovered her love of designing through computers and is now working towards releasing her own fashion collection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Computing and fashion.
I like
So
that.
is that dresses for robots?
Dresses for robots or robots designing dresses.
We
We could go anywhere. We could go anywhere.
Oh, it will be revealed.
Bit of artificial intelligence.
Exactly. Absolutely. Hey, that's the place to be. Now, we will be speaking to our guests very shortly in the green room. But first we have our stories from the sofa. So, Atif, what did you find?
Do you know a character called SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Because you have kids, right?
Yeah, I've got
Obviously.
kids.
Okay, so SpongeBob SquarePants, you know, it's just like it's like a sponge,
Yeah.
but it's anthropomorphic, right? Basically,
Okay.
and basically, there's a hotel that's been designed, right, in the shape of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's the SpongeBob Pineapple Hotel. It's been designed. It's huge. It's in the Dominican Republic. It's 1,500 square foot.
Wow.
So like, it's got huge suites, huge luxury bathrooms, all that kind of stuff, and it's all in the shape of SpongeBob SquarePants.
So I wonder, because SpongeBob has these kind of, you know, obviously it's a sponge, so it has holes, right?
Yeah.
Like a cheese with holes.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So is that what the windows would look like then?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Do you think it would smell? Because sponges smell.
Oh, gosh, it does, doesn't it?
How much do you reckon a night in a suite would cost at the SpongeBob SquarePants Hotel?
Got to be, what, £100 a night?
Go higher.
Go higher, 150?
Go significantly higher.
500?
£700 a night at the
Wow.
SpongeBob SquarePants Hotel in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, my God.
And
£700 for a night. I'd
that's
rather
a
just
suite. A
give
regular room is like £175 per night, so that's like £875 if you're doing like a 5-night stay.
Wow.
You couldn't do less, could you?
Wow.
Anyway, what you got?
Just give the kids a little action figure. Is it an action figure?
Action figure, yeah, whatever you call it these
SpongeBob,
days.
little toy.
A doll.
A little doll, that's it. SpongeBob doll. I ain't spending £800 on a hotel room.
What you got, man? You got something?
I've got
Yeah.
the Lanai Cat Sanctuary.
The Lanai
The
Cat,
Lanai
what
Cat
is
Sanctuary.
that?
Now, there's a small island in Hawaii called
Okay.
Lanai, and it's the perfect place to relax and unwind. And
Nice.
for many reasons, there's gorgeous weather, there's delicious pineapples,
Of course.
there's stunning views, but Lanai is also the home of the Lanai Cat Sanctuary. Now, this is a place where you can hang out with, guess how many cats?
10?
Go a lot higher.
50?
Higher.
250?
495 cats.
No!
Go to the Lanai Cat Sanctuary. 495 cats. Now, the Huffington Post has reported that the Lanai Cat Sanctuary has become somewhat of a tourist attraction, and people are hopping on planes just to go and be with these cats.
That's so weird.
495 cats.
That's too many.
Yeah.
That's 494 too many. Do you know what I mean?
You know, so there's no stressed out cats there.
There's
No
weird
stressed out
shows
cats.
everywhere. Like when I was at the Edinburgh Festival, there was
Yeah.
a show there where it was basically you'd go. There's loads of weird shows at the Fringe Festival, weirdly enough. But there's a show where there's like a baby playing in a crib, and people
Okay.
just kind of queue up and they just come and watch this baby playing in a crib.
A normal baby.
Just a regular baby,
Somebody's
just
kid.
playing in a crib, just somebody's kid. The parent is sitting in the room for supervision. It's not
Yeah.
it's not weird. And you know they just come, and apparently it's like mentally detoxing to watch a baby play.
Wow. So all we need to do is find a room, put 495 cats in there, and actually it's very therapeutic according to this.
I ain't going in there. You think the SpongeBob SquarePants hotel smells? Wait till you
Wait
put
till you see
495 cats in a room.
cats, absolutely.
Anyway, it's time to welcome our guests in the green room with us as well. So please welcome Natalia Talkowska and Ayaan Mohamud. Assalamu alaikum and hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
thank you so much for joining us.
Excited to be here in our green room at Living the Life, or on Living the Life.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. Loads of excitement. Loads of
Fantastic. Natalia, let's start with yourself, right? Obviously, you know all about drawing, okay? You know all about putting stuff on the page. What is the easiest thing in the world to draw?
A line.
Just
a line.
Yes.
Yeah, what if it was the Metropolitan line? That would be
That's
That's
a
a
good
tough
one.
line to
That's
draw.
a good one. See, you don't know what I meant.
That's it. It's a very detailed line.
Yeah, I
Very
think so. I think so. What do you like to draw for fun, though? Like when you're kind of just doodling? Okay, because obviously this is a profession for you. But when you're doodling, when you're just messing around, what kind of thing do you like to draw?
I like to draw people, and I always find myself doodling when I'm on the phone. I guess a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, we might put you to the test and make you draw us.
Why
And
not?
just drawing a round image with a head
Why
on top
not?
doesn't count.
No complaints there. No complaints.
Absolutely. Now, of course, but a line would work for me. I think I'm understood
line,
as a line.
that's it, yeah.
A line with a head on top. Now, that would work. That would work. Now, of course, we've got Ayaan. Ayaan, welcome to Living the Life. Now, you're a computer scientist. Tell us, what got you into computer science?
I think it was just the whole aspect into trying technology and something new. And it's not something that a lot of girls are into. Well, at least that's what I thought until I met a lot of girls in my classroom, which is really interesting. And my interest just grew from there onwards. It was more of a, how do I explain it? It was more of a finding, shall I say. Since I was a child, I was always into like technologies and seeing little robots and connecting them. And I thought, I could be a scientist one day. If not like a proper scientist, why not a computer scientist?
Absolutely. And of course, what I'm intrigued to know is all about fashion and computer science and how that came together. And I know you're going to be joining us later on the sofa, and we will no doubt be discussing that as well. Please welcome our first guest. Natalia Talkowska is a visual storyteller and founder of Natalka Design. It's a creative company that gets their clients thinking about ideas in illustration, and Natalia brings it all to life with her drawing skills. With her unique visual content, Natalka Design work with global brands and clients to help them solve any of their problems. Hopefully, we could solve ours. Of course, using illustration. Natalia also launched Doodleledo in 2014, where people can meet up for 2 hours and participate in drawing games and activities to unleash their drawing potential and to broaden their social circle. Sounds exciting.
It most certainly does. Now, Doodleledo is now operating in 20 cities in different continents around the world, and Natalia's aim is to turn visions into reality through creative art, and here to share her own visual art. Please welcome Natalia Talkowska.
Hi.
Welcome to the
This
show.
is like the best introduction ever.
I think so too, right?
Absolutely.
I think so
I
too.
need you in my life.
Just walk around with us,
Amazing.
right?
Courtesy, of course, of our producer.
Yeah, the producer did a
Brilliant.
wonderful job with the research.
absolutely.
Listen, Natalia, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
right?
you for having me.
You know, we're going to talk all about drawing and how you got interested in it and your background. But in the first instance, I'm just very curious, right, about drawing, you know, in groups. Because we
Right.
just mentioned, you know, Doodleledo,
Yeah.
it's very
Yes.
interesting, okay? Drawing in groups and games that you play. Because when I think of drawing games, I think of Hangman, I think of squares, you know, that kind of
Good.
stuff.
Yeah,
What kind of
exactly.
thing? What kind of things do Doodleledo
So
kind of do?
think of really games that you used to do as kids. So really the point of Doodleledo is kind of throw into these 2 hours and not thinking about anything, relaxing, just doing things when you did as a kid. So where are you drawing as a kid really? What games did you play? And that's kind of what we're doing. A bit of Pictionary, a bit of kind of do it in 2 seconds, do it in 5 minutes, do it in 10 seconds, and just kind of very interactive 2 hours of fun.
But then you know what I always find happens, especially when I play something like Pictionary, I'm always the laughing stock. 'Cause I'm a rubbish artist. So I'd be trying to draw something and I never get it right. So,
Yeah.
love
so I
Pictionary.
refuse to play just on that basis.
Well, that's why we call Doodleledo. I can't draw nonsense, because every time I work or many of my friends, most of them say, I can't draw. You're so amazing. You're doing all these things. I can't draw. And that really inspired me. I was like, well, no one says that as a child. So why suddenly we all get so, you know, we grow up,
Self-conscious.
we're all adults, we're self-conscious, you know, we have jobs and all these serious lives. And why don't just we come back to the, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
You must be like the best Pictionary player in the world, right?
Well, I wouldn't call myself the best, but I feel very confident.
Well, we're going to have to get you on our team when we play the
Absolutely.
next game.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So very quickly, because we're going to talk to you in more detail later,
Sure.
but very, very quickly, Doodleledo, you know, it's out there now. Is it everything you wanted it to be? A lot of people getting involved?
A lot of people getting involved, but of course it needs more attention, needs more hands, needs more time, everything like that. So it's a venture. It started 2 years ago without planning anything around it, and now it's kind of really growing and becoming bigger. So anyone that wants to get involved, always happy to talk.
Fantastic. Natalia, don't go away. With so much more we need to speak
Sure.
to you about, and I want to learn so much more about Doodleledo, if I'm saying that correctly. But right now, Doodleledo. We're off to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back on the other side of this. Doodleledo.
Anyway, it's time to welcome our second guest to the main sofa. Now, Ayaan Mohamud is a final year computing student, and she's just co-founded AFA Collection, a new and upcoming fashion brand. Now, the London-based fashion designer has always wanted to challenge the stereotype of what women can't do, a supposed man's job, which led her into studying computer science. Now, she discovered the designing aspect in computer science and began experimenting with creative designs.
Very interesting. Now, Ayaan and a friend decided to explore their love for designing further and began designing clothes, creating the upcoming brand. Now, they aim to incorporate fashion and modesty together through their work. Here to tell us more, please welcome Ayaan Mohamud. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, Ayaan.
Thank you for having me here.
No, thank you for coming on the show.
Such a unique topic, computer science and fashion. I well,
You wouldn't put them together.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. How does it work? Tell us
It's
more.
a really interesting combination, I guess, because there's computer science, there's a whole like coding aspect to it, which is completely different from designing and doing fashion. Incorporating the two is really something that what got me and my friend interested in doing fashion design, and also it was more of a, because you can't really find a lot of modest-looking clothes if you're going out to do whatever. So we thought, why not come up with a collection that's it's modest at the same time, and that's, you know, flawless. And that's where our collection came about. But with the computer aspect to it, I guess it was just more of like I said, challenging the stereotype of men doing everything and women not being able to. And that's where it sort of all began.
Flawless. That's a fashion word, right?
Yes.
It's a fashion word. It's flawless looking.
Flawless,
It's an Instagram word, right? This
Right.
It's one of the hashtag thingies,
Of
right?
course,
So that's great. Like, what kind of things can you design? Like, does computer science, you know, does that play a role in the design itself? Like, how do you design stuff?
Yeah, there's Adobe Illustrator where you sort of make, you illustrate designs and stuff depending on what you want to do. So if you're doing an animation aspect to it, you always use Adobe. But with the fashion, you just kind of like, I remember the first time I started incorporating the two was I was doing an assignment and I just experienced it with, maybe let me draw a dress and see how that comes out. And that worked really well. It's a shame I don't have a picture of it now, but if you was to see it, you would laugh. It was a terrible sort of illustration, but it did work. It kind of made me like go on to more and designing and sketching and stuff.
I mean, this is going to make me sound like so 1980s, 1990s, but when I'm thinking of a computer, I'm thinking I could just draw straight lines, right?
No, you're playing Pong, mate.
Am I playing Pong? Am I doing the wrong thing? Because that's what I mean. I'm thinking of a dress. I think it's got to be free flowing, you know. But I'm thinking if I'm drawing on a computer, it's just straight lines to draw a triangle.
You can get like pens for computers
Can
now.
you?
Yeah, it's a lot.
You do it with your fingers. You like touch computer, like right?
Am I that
is.
illiterate when it comes to computers?
Yeah.
Is
But
that-
yeah, when you do the gesture of a computer, you go like this, mate. So I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
You know, I
that's
think
true.
so.
That's the keyboard, right?
It is, yeah. It's like this now.
Is it like that?
So you actually have a piece with you. Maybe you can
Yes,
tell
I
us, how did you
do.
come about designing this?
With this, it was more of a basically straight lines, like you said, on Adobe
See, I told you
Illustrator.
straight lines.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I'll
Nailing
just
it.
get up and show you
Yeah, of
guys. So
course.
it's a open piece. So what happened was we just wanted something really simple that you can sort of wear and on top of a dress. That's not, you know, you feel a bit exposed to if it was open. And that's how we just came about, just drawing and experimenting with what we've got. This is also another piece. It's like an inside-out piece. You can two colors, so whichever color you want, you can kind of change into. And I guess it was just a matter of designing and getting creative and seeing
It's almost
how
like a
you
robe.
go. It is, right? It is, but it's you can kind of just, it's a throw-on thing where you can, it's flawless and effect.
I mean, here's
Flawless.
an idea for flawless.
I keep
Absolutely
using
flawless.
I catch it every time. I'm sorry,
Oh my God,
I can't miss it.
I've had a brainwave idea. Right? You're always like coming up with business ideas. Could we have a concept whereby, let's say you took an image of me,
Right.
Yeah.
stuck me on the screen, and then you can draw around me to say this would look good on Basset, and you can do the same with Arthur, or any customer. You know, draw around them.
we could do that.
I should patent that now.
A
shouldn't I?
modelling idea.
Definitely,
modelling
right?
idea.
But this is called, like, it's actually, when we were talking about films earlier, there was an independent film in which, like, a man designed this thing for his wardrobe.
Yeah.
So he'd just have an image of himself and he'd try out combinations of his own clothes with that before putting him on.
I mean, it's like an effortless sort of experience, isn't it? Because you don't have to go through the whole aspect of trying on clothes and then taking it back off. Like, you've got a picture of yourself, draw on whatever you think.
I'd never
it's gonna
understand
work.
people who could. I tell you what, once I put something on, that's it.
That's it.
I'm not
absolutely.
taking off, changing. No. This is staying on. Like, so do you enjoy the fashion side of things?
I do. I think I enjoy more of the design aspect to it. It's getting creative and having to see your creations coming to life. With computing as well, we do a lot of coding all the time with our assignments, whether you're making a robot program or you're making an app. And it's always really interesting to see how the end product comes out. So yeah, I love the design.
And that's an
part.
interesting. You brought up coding and apps and all this kind of stuff. And we did mention earlier that you've gone into an industry which is pretty male dominated, and you wanted to challenge a stereotype.
Right.
How easy or difficult was it for you in working or studying in computer science and then learning what you have learned?
Yeah, no. At first, it was really with my family members or like any friends or family, when they ask me, what are you studying, you know, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to do computer science. I want to get into the software development part of it. And they're like, but what? That's like, not a lot of girls do that. I thought you'd be doing nursing and stuff. And I'm like, no, I want to do computer science and try something new. And
Good
now,
for you.
like, yeah, like it's really interesting. And you sort of grow and you see like it's not as complex or small as you think. There's a lot more females who are into coding and stuff now, and it's like girl power.
On the subject of girl power, okay, we've got Natalia with us as well.
Yes, we do.
Now, tell us what you make of her outfit today as well, because there's plenty of lines. I feel like computers were involved in this design at some point. At some point. What do you think? Give us a little.
I think it's really effortlessly done. It's just literally, it's the colours, the contrast. It's really nice, and it's sort of it goes with everything, I guess. I like it. It's really flawless.
Absolutely flawless.
You got the flawless.
Natalia, of course, you're an artist in your own right, and you prefer to use the kind of the hand-drawn art. Of course, we're talking here about computer art, but here we've got hand-drawn art. How does that compare for you? You know, using a computer. Would you consider using a computer?
Well, you would think that it's hand-drawn, but most of our work these days is done on tablets, so big kind of drawing tablets, and we work digitally because it's quicker. You can share it instantly to Twitter and things like that. So. Actually, we miss the days when we worked on papers. So
really? You'd have to get your HB pencil out or something like. But now it's all about these tablets and these tablet pens and what have you.
They're amazing, yes.
But let's go back to the beginning. How did you get into drawing? When did you know this was something that you loved?
It's one of those things where I'm since like that. So my mom always said, give her a bit of paper, a bit of pencil, she's good. So it was like that. So I was always kind of drawing since young, and I guess that skill was just developing naturally, and I was always doing it. I loved it.
We need to do this again, like parents watching, right? Don't chuck the iPad at your kid. Give him a piece of pen and paper, make him be creative.
Well, that was the days there was no iPad, so...
And to be honest, let's be honest, what that does is stops the kid from drawing on your wallpaper. So it'd be a good idea, just give him a pen and paper. Natalia, of course, we've got we saw some images, or we have an example of Ayaan's fine work here, but we've got some images of your work. So let's have a quick look at some of the work that you've been doing and talk us through this. What do we have here?
So, for example, that's from last year's conference called Silicon Beach. We were in Bournemouth, and basically you've got a bunch of speakers, and each talk is being drawn in real time, pictures and words, and then tweeted out to the audience in the room and around the world, and the impressions and the boost in engagement goes up instantly.
So those images on the wall, these are images that people drew and they've been tweeted?
So this is done on tablet and then put onto a screen. So that's an example of a kind of digital graphic recording.
And it's an illustration of the talks that were actually happening.
All the talks, all the speakers, kind of a memento from the day, so it's easier for you to remember and share and kind of bring the day together.
That's interesting, because some people are like, when they talk about different ways of learning, some people are visual learners, so like a little graphic or some kind of illustration is easier to remember. I think we've got one more picture of your work, so let's take a look at this one, and perhaps again, once more, you can talk us through it. What is going on here?
What is going on here? I guess there's a viewer, of course, and again, we're at a event that was a few years ago, but then you can see that we're working on a big board, and basically people were coming up to us all day, and kind of the company that we worked with, they were asking questions, what do you think about this, about that, and people were just leaving some thoughts, and then us as a team, we were drawing that as we go, and people could interact with it and get involved and tweet it and take pictures. So again, a bit of kind of that involvement and engagement.
That's actually very clever, because effectively what you are doing is interpreting somebody's thoughts into art. Because again, everyone's into this whole instant media, tweeting and Facebooking and whatever, and Instagramming. I've learnt my terms.
Love a bit of Instagram.
But this is now we can actually draw. I mean, maybe that's the next thing. That's the next thing in social media, which is missing.
Well, apparently visuals will always be here. People are more and more distracted. Look at visuals, at videos. So I guess we'll be around for a while.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, tell us. Obviously, we were talking about your most recent venture, but tell us about Natalka Design. How did that come about?
So that's the kind of, let's say, the start. So 5 years ago, basically it was a moment where it was the right timing, the right person. I again tweeted a friend now, Darren Robson, a businessman, and I was just interested in what he does, and I kind of needed a bit of guidance in my life at that point, let's call it. And long story short, he was my mentor, helped me out, and I set it up, not knowing what to do, what it's going to be. I networked a lot, I met a lot of people, I said, I draw, can I help? And it kind of went from there, really.
Amazing.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And now you mentioned Twitter. You've actually launched a hashtag, right? Hashtag resist the usual.
Yes.
To tell us more about that.
Well, that was, again, so whenever we have a bit more time at the studio, let's call it, we come up with stuff. So like Doodleledo, Resist the Usual is kind of an event where I bring some interesting people to talk about kind of things they wouldn't talk about normally. So they just ask questions. It's an interview, but the questions are a bit tricky and kind of more human, let's say. So what's your worst habit and things like that. And then you kind of get to learn a bit more about the person. So again, a kind of a different idea. I'm curious and I like to ask questions.
Asking questions, this is good. Being curious is good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that you were talking about as well,
Yeah.
Ayaan, right? I mean, you had this idea for people who wanted to, you know, because with computer science, you can do anything, right? You can make stuff, you can build stuff, you can, you know, come up with amazing concepts. But it was fashion for you, right? You spotted this gap, really,
Yeah.
for people's services.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was really sort of interesting to combine the two and to think what's missing. You know, I mean, I can be a computer scientist, or I'd call it. And be a
That's so
fashion
casual,
designer.
isn't it? I could be a computer scientist.
Right,
If I wanted
If
to.
I wanted to.
If I wanted to.
I just don't want to.
I mean, you could be anything you want, but computer science is what I wanted to do.
Fantastic.
And to find the gap between, or to find something that you're passionate about, and also something that you want to do as a hobby, it's really sort of interesting. And it's not a lot of people find it these days, but when you do, like, hang on to it.
Do you like to draw?
Yeah,
Good.
but I'm a terrible drawer.
I'll tell you why.
That's good.
Not right now. I'll tell you why later. Listen, guys, stick around. Right now, I tell you what, you are going to see now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, is some Class A drawing.
Absolutely.
Now, Natalia.
Got my pen.
Right.
Of Natalka Designs.
Yes.
Right. Tell us, what are we drawing?
Yourselves. You've got 1 minute.
Yeah.
And draw your friend. Start now.
I'm drawing Bassett. He's
Yes.
drawing me.
Oh, God,
You've
this is
got
going
1
to be...
minute. Go for
Okay.
it.
All right. 1 minute. Okay. Let's
can
see.
look at your friend
So
if you don't
I'm going to
remember.
do this. That's not very nice. Okay.
1 minute and draw your friend.
Okay. Here we go. You don't have a middle parting, do you? You do now, bro. You've got a middle parting. Okay.
I've just given you a beard for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, oh, great. Now you're just like my mum. Excellent. Okay.
There we go. There's
Hold
the
on, hold on. Nearly, how many seconds do we have?
Like 30.
30 seconds. Oh, God, I haven't got the... You got a beard? Yeah, yeah, okay.
I drew your hair. Oh, it's only the flick over there. That
You're
should be
gonna.
flat.
I don't think we're going to be friends after this.
There you
A lot
go.
of people say that.
I don't know why I gave you a beard. That was so random of me.
I think you're...
to
10 seconds.
have done a beard.
I made you look like an aeroplane.
There we go.
5,
there.
4,
There we
3,
go. Shoelaces.
2, 1. Done.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Show
all right.
yourselves. What do you do?
that's what I drew.
That's good.
I tried to get the spiky hair.
I couldn't get like enough hearing, and I gave you a middle parting. I made you look like a teen heartthrob. I don't know. I don't know.
I like how this is very small and this is quite big. So there you go. Yeah. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know. A bit of psychology there.
I like how we were both very generous on the waistline.
Yeah. Big time.
Look,
yeah, that's me after 6 months at the gym.
There's your favourite shoes there as well.
Yeah,
you know.
man.
See?
You nailed it. That's not bad. I'll take that.
There you go. That's your not
but I
thinking
don't know why I
about it.
gave you a triangle beard, to be honest. That I didn't get.
That well, sorry.
I started drawing the beard for some reason, and then
And
I realised
you made it one of those like
a little pointy
yeah,
stylish. See, I see you as a stylish guy.
And
see?
I was thinking of like the 1920s Aladdin villains
Oh, yes. Here's a bit like,
and the crown. I love that.
Well,
that's
there
going to be
you
the
go.
hair sticking up.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
fascinating. And this is the kind of stuff that happens at the.
At Doodleledo, yes.
Doodleledo.
Yes, so a lot of interaction, a lot of fun, a lot of quick thinking. Yeah.
So if people want to find out more about Doodleledo, maybe they want to attend, is there a workshop coming up?
Yes, so on 13th of October in Hackney at Hub 67, I welcome everyone, and you can find out more on Eventbrite
Fantastic.
for the event.
For tickets and what have you. And what about if people want to find out more about your work?
So it's natalkadesign.com.
Natalkadesign.com.
Natalkadesign.com. That is
fantastic. And of course, we've got the hashtag as well. People should remember hashtag resist the usual.
It is.
Resist the
Yeah.
usual.
And of course, we've got Ayaan. Ayaan, if people want to know more about your work, get into computer science and design.
No,
What do
definitely.
they do?
You can find us on Instagram for our clothing line at AFA collection _ with that's how you can find us at the moment. Hopefully we'll have a website out by the time our collection is launched, but for now we just have an Instagram page.
And for all our other sisters who are thinking about doing computer science but thought, I don't want to do
go
it.
for it. No, go for it. Honestly,
right?
it's awesome. Go for it. You get to experience a lot of different things. It's not as hard as people think it is or as hard as they seem it. It's really fun.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Listen.
After you've been doodly.
Okay. What about this? Do we like this one? Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
actually very
is that a
good.
good Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
It took 30 seconds.
I love There you
Look,
go.
there you go.
See?
Hold on, there you go.
Yeah.
Already an
You can
artist.
see it.
That's
That's
a
not.
very good drawing.
I think that's a decent Bugs Bunny. Anyway, listen,
very
guys.
hungry.
I like how I'm pointing to his head. Is that like me saying, I want this for my qurbani?
Yeah, definitely.
Is
Giving
that
it loads
what
of
the
importance. I
reference
love it.
is?
I'm quite pleased with that. I think I did a good job. Right, well done, Atif. I'm going to give you a little tip.
Thanks, I think you deserve
Okay,
it.
guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
It's been a
having
pleasure
us.
having you both. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep drawing and exercising. You know, making people think about the world in a different way. And you keep inspiring other women to challenge the narrative.
Absolutely.
Do something unique.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
I
Thank
think
you
so.
for having us.
Fantastic.
Pleasure
Great
to have you
having
both.
Amazing.
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time now. A massive thank you to our guests and, of course, for you watching at home.
That's right. Now, you can stay with us on Twitter at Islam Channel, #LTL, #Flawless if you want to. Plus, don't forget you can watch your favourite clips again via our website or on YouTube at youtube.com/Islam Channel TV.
That's right. Living the Life will be back live next week. You can catch up on the best bits of this week's shows on Saturday. But until then, Assalamu alaikum.
Living the love.